Well, good Tuesday afternoon, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope you're all having a great day. You know, the Cowboys are beginning to get a few fans here, since beating the Eagles. And like I said, I don't know if we have a good defense or not. I'll wait to judge that after we play Kansas City because we haven't exactly played great offenses. I mean, there is the Raiders who just fired Chip Kelly, okay? And there's the Eagles, and we know that they got all kinds of problems there. Let's be real here. The Eagles' offense stinks, all right? They've been living by their defense, and the fact that my offense was able to shred them, that's a good thing. And you know what will be a travesty? Watching Monday Night Football and seeing the Carolina Panthers that literally had Brock Purdy trying to hand the game to him. They get 3 interceptions. He should have thrown at least 2 more. And the Panthers looked like world beaters when they played us. Rico Dowdle, man, he looked like, he was Walter Payton or Barry Sanders or something there going against us. They couldn't do shit. If the Cowboys continue and play well, and let's say they win like 5 of the last games going down, and they don't make the playoffs and somebody like Carolina does, NFL fans are going to be robbed. Let's be clear here. If it's Tampa Bay or Carolina, either of those teams, are in and the Cowboys aren't, that's just bad. It's just bad. So, if there is anything to a script being made, it's definitely with the Cowboys in. The Cowboys being in opens up everything. Will the Cowboys, go through and will they choke in the first round of the playoffs? Have they gotten it together? You got Stephen A. Smith, who's now kind of getting on board with the Dallas Cowboys and things. And even Colin Cowherd. Colin Cowherd is cackling like a chicken right now about how great the Cowboys are after constantly forever basically belittling them and telling you that how much they're trash. Let's go to the tape on this. Let's go to the tape.
I said it last week, and I've been a huge critic of the Cowboys.
You ain't lying.
They're not as far off as you think since they've made these trades. Okay? A lot of us may owe an apology to Gerald Wayne Jones Jr. because Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams deals, now suddenly you can't run on the Cowboys. The Micah Parsons trade, well, didn't have much of an effect. They're still top 3 in quarterback rushes. The George Pickens move, I mean, that's one of the heists. Poor Steelers can't throw the ball down the field. George Pickens, 3rd in the NFL in touchdowns. DeMarvion Overshown, that dude was great at Texas with the Longhorns. He is healthy. He is super athletic. 2 first-round picks. They're going to get an edge to replace Micah, probably a corner. I don't know. The offense works, man. Number 1 in the league in total offense, number 1 in passing, number 4 in scoring. It works. And because of Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, you can't cheat on the run game. So the Cowboys are running the ball now better than they have since Zeke in 2019. Now, the O-line is hot and cold. Better run blocking than pass blocking. But statistically, I know they're only 5-1. I know they're playing Kansas City. And it may not turn out well, but I would rather be Dallas today and have the offense figured out than be the Steelers for the 5th year in a row paying a fortune for a defense that can't stop anybody.
Ooh.
You can say what you want about Dallas. 2 first-round picks. Overshown's healthy. George Pickens, heist. A real run game for the first time in forever. And say this for Jerry or Gerald Wayne Jones Sr. He has always been 100% committed to Dak. He has said he's the best leader I've ever had. And yesterday, that unflappable leadership, trailing 21-0, throwing, he can throw a red zone pick. Doesn't matter. It's Dak. It's just noise. A lot of that win was Dak. And Jerry said Dak was indispensable. Micah was great, but he was tradable. And guess what? The Cowboys are still getting a pass rush. The Cowboys defense right now is better than it was last year. And with Micah, it is. You can't run on them now. with Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams. Yeah, I have questions about Shoddy. I didn't think it was the strongest hire. I thought they should have gone heavy into Mike Vrabel or the year before into Jim Harbaugh or Sean Payton, and they didn't, and Jerry doesn't necessarily want to pay coaches big money, but I'll say this for Shoddy. When teams play hard and don't quit, it's something. I mean,
there you go.
I thought they were buried. I mean, it was 21-0, I'm like, oh, come on, I wanted a good game. It's the late window. Give me a game. I don't want to have to watch Jacksonville and Arizona. Give me a game. And it was. And it's Dak, and it's leadership, and it's no quit, and it's overshown. I don't know. Philly's been tempting fate for weeks, and nobody can quite beat them, and then the Cowboys do. To score 24 unanswered points against a really, really good defense, credit to everybody, even Matt Eberflus. Everybody gets credit for this one. But more than anything, it is Dak. A lot of noise, unflappable. Jerry's always been committed to him. We all owe him an apology. You know, it's funny, you start looking at these first-round deals, and you're like, oh, they're losing Micah. They couldn't defend the run when they had Micah. Now you can't run on them.
Yeah.
So who made the good deal? Who made the bad deal? I said during the Micah deal, good for Green Bay.
It might be a win-win.
Not terrible for Dallas. Dallas will be fine. They just got to get healthy. They got to get some draft picks. I'll say this. Sometimes you have unintended consequences or unintended benefits of a trade, right? I don't think they thought when George Pickens arrived it would help the run game so much, but you got Pickens on one side, CD on the other. You can't just do single.
I'm not sure why that repeated like that, but you get the gist of it. Colin Cowherd has always been the biggest critic of the Dallas Cowboys. And for him to turn around and start like that, it's kind of crazy. So I was sitting here and I was looking at Philly 500's live stream, because when we do the games and stuff, it's hard to, there's a lot of things going on. I have literally 4 screens that are right here. I have a 70-inch TV that's in front of me that we have one game on, and I got a 65-inch that's right here that we have a quad box on. And you've got the chat going, you've got people, sometimes when we do the Zoom calls, and your head is on a swivel, so it's hard to focus in on Philly 500. I went through his live stream because I was looking for meltdowns. See, he started out really happy. Let me show you something. Let me show you.
Run around edge to Devontae. Devontae go one. Come on, Devontae at the 1-yard line. Nice play.
Wow.
Nice play. All right, baby, let's go. Yeah. 3rd and 12 at the 48. Eagles penalty once again.
Oh, that is amazing.
Let's go, baby. Smitty, nice play.
That's why I didn't say a word, but hey,
I love Smitty, man. Down at the
This is
1-yard line.
embarrassment, man.
Smith caught at the 10-yard line. What a catch by Devontae Smith.
Wow.
Wow. Mark on here.
Last on 3rd down, deep.
Brother, shove coming.
So deep.
First and 10 on the 11.
Let's get it, Jalen.
We're last on common sense.
Yeah,
Touchdown!
Yeah, that got bad, but at least by the end.
Now the fumble was our chance. We blew this game. This game's over. Yeah, we blew a 21-0 lead, man. We just fell asleep. I think Nick and Patullo should get a lot of heat this week, but they won't. They won't ask them any questions. Sidney Brown sucks. But Reed's hurt, so he's out. But Sidney Brown sucks. And this game tonight for the Rams-Bucks is huge.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's kind of crazy, but he actually didn't fly off the handle. It's almost like he knew. He wasn't disappointed because he knew they weren't going to win. I even talked to him. He said, even when we were up 21-0, he said, I was scared. And I can't wait for tomorrow. I got a little something extra for them for tomorrow. So make sure you tune in tomorrow at 4:20 for our live stream where I go on the Dan Salio show for the first time with the Cowboys beating the Eagles.